I'm glad to see you today. I'm glad that you pulled up. Come kick it with a real one. Anywho, so let's bring out the handy dandy note cards, okay? So, what if being brutally honest and eliminating small talk could help change your life? So, today we're going to be discussing Get Honest or Die Lying, Why Small Talk Sucks by Charlamagne. Charlamagne, the God. Okay? So this is actually the second book that I have read by Charlamagne. And in this book, he is talking about how we should have an aversion to small talk. And he also talks deeply about a wide range of topics. And some of these topics include politics, healing, not lying to yourself, hip hop culture becoming death culture. So it was definitely a wide range when I say that, okay? I mean it. But although he had some good topics in this book, I feel like the book was a little underwhelming to me. Okay? If you ask me, and ain't nobody asked me. Okay? And there's two reasons why I really say that. So in the intro, he really had me hyped up. Like, let's read a little bit of the intro, okay? So, this book is dedicated to all the earthlings, extraterrestrials, and spiritual beings living a human existence who don't engage in small talk. You are my tribe. My name is Leonard Larry McKelvey, and I absolutely hate small talk. I hated the way kids hate when their tablet time is over. I hated the way that black people hate white supremacy. I hated the way white supremacists hate black people. And then it kind of mellowed out for me. I just felt like, oh, okay, we about to get into it. And then it was just like, okay, let's talk about some things. So I really had to adjust my expectations and did. Another reason why I felt like it was a little underwhelming is because I realized I wasn't the target audience for this book. I am already a person that does not engage in small talk, baby. Okay? I don't like basic conversations, and I'm also a very direct person. Maybe a little, I don't feel like a little too much, but sometimes I be having to adjust myself talking to certain people. But with that being said, I feel like that's kind of also my fault because like most books that I get, I ain't really do no research before I pick this book up. Most books, I just be in the bookstore or the library, and I'm like, oh, this look like a good book, then I get it. Yeah. So I do agree that small talk sucks. But some of the topics that I want to dive a little deeper into, I'm only going to give y'all like 3 because I don't want to have y'all here all day unless y'all want to be, okay? Life and the activities we do in life are often a marathon and not a sprint. And I feel like social media gives that impression a lot of times that, oh, baby, it should be happening overnight. Why is this taking so long? And oftentimes we see the end result, but we don't see the process. And I just feel like I be getting that way a little bit sometimes too. But with me, it's more particularly like for stuff like my investment accounts. I be like, baby, I keep putting all this money in. It's only going up a little bit, but that's another story. Another good topic I felt like was the practice of grounding and tree hugging. And he was saying it's just a way to kind of like slow down and get more in tune with nature. And before I read this book, I had practiced grounding before. I used to have a really nice backyard, and I'll go out there with my shoes off and just walk around. But I've never done tree hugging until I read this book, y'all, okay? And I feel like for me to really get something out, I gotta do it again, and maybe in a more secluded area. I did this like in the middle of a big park. Yeah. So maybe I'll try it again in a more secluded area. And he also talked about focus on creating and then capitalizing on the opportunity. And that really spoke out to me because sometimes I be trying to get a little ahead of myself when I should just be focusing on just the craft and building and perfecting the craft. Okay. And he gave an example of like a rapper, you know how they have like, oh, they get a not one hit wonder, but they get a hit, and instead of practicing and instead of perfecting, they get big, sign a deal, go on stage, and now don't have no stage presence. Now they can't maintain this hype that they put forth. Yeah. But let me read y'all a part that really gagged me. Like, it had me really questioning, okay? Dr. Glenn Patrick Doyle once said, trauma survivors often develop severe aversion to small talk. Sometimes superficial chit chat even makes us annoyed or angry. It's nothing personal. We've just gotten real clear on how precious our bandwidth is and real selective on how we're willing to allocate it. It's simple. We don't have time for the fuck shit. We've come too far, survived too much, did too much inner work to be dealing with the small talk that this world will serve us for free 99 every day. Okay? And once it was talking about trauma survivors and the fact that I really have an aversion to small talk, and it was like, am I the trauma? Am I the trauma? Because I wholeheartedly felt that. I have such an aversion to small talk. And it's so crazy when I see people like get awkward around me because we ain't really talking about nothing. I'm okay with silence. You ain't got to be talking all day to me just to fill the void. I'm good, love. Enjoy. Okay. The kind of person I think this book was really for is someone who may engage in small talk and they looking for, you might not even be looking, but you might need it. Different conversations, more meaningful conversations, deeper conversations. Like if you one of those people that all you really got to talk about is reality TV, this book might be for you. Go ahead, pick it up. Go ahead. Yeah. And I also feel like this book was confirmation for me. That's the one thing that I really did get from this book. Because honestly, I thought it was something wrong with me. Because I feel like everybody is so comfortable having these small talk conversations. And I feel like I really don't connect with a lot of people because it's like nothing but small talk. And I was like, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I should learn how to just carry on these conversations. But no, this was confirmation. I'm good. I'm good, love. Enjoy. So I want to just say shout out to Charlamagne for writing this book. Like I said, this is the second book that I have read from him, and I feel like he is a pretty decent author. So shout out to him. If you've read this book, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments because I would love to discuss a little more in depth. Yes, I would. And with that, I'm closing the book on this episode of Book by Day. Another book down, more stories to capture. Stay booked, stay lit. See you in the next chapter. All right, so if you're still here, you must want to know what the next read I'm going to be reading. And it's going to be Master of Me by Keke Palmer. I'm really excited to read this book and see what she got to say, because I feel like Keke Palmer be doing it all. Girl, when do you sleep? Because she just be doing everything. I'm trying to get like you, sis. So that will be the next book that we're going to dive into, okay? We really out this time. Bye.